Praise be Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. My father has told me in the past that when you're making a goal or resolution, you have to make it SMART. So SMART is an acronym. It's S stands for specific, M is measurable, A is achievable, R is realistic, and T is timely. So you want to make this goal to where it's realistic, like you can attain it at one point. You can do it in a specific amount of time. It's something specific and concrete. And you have to follow these conditions so that your goals are actually something that'll help you. Because many times we make goals that just make us feel better about ourselves, but we'll never attain them. Now, Saint Josemaria says in his book, The Way, he says, be specific, S for SMART. Don't let your resolutions be like fireworks that sparkle for an instant, only to leave behind as a bitter reality a blackened, useless stub to be thrown away in disgust. So, don't be a March 7th person. March 7th is 66 days after New Year's, and 66 days is usually the time it takes to make a new habit. So, when making a resolution, you want to make it into a habit. But if you don't keep it for 66 days, chances are you're going to lose your rhythm and you're going to end your resolution before you even reach March 7th. So to me, the most important part of making resolutions is to be specific. Many times we make resolutions which are very, very broad, and they're like clouds. Like, they're not very practical. It's like, become a better person. These things are great aspirations and desires, but it's better to be more concrete. Like, make my bed every morning. Get a good morning prayer schedule. Start doing more chores. Whatever it may be. Things that you can count, and things that are very, very measurable. So, something else that might help you when making resolutions is accountability. You can have a friend, and he or she can meet you regularly, and you can discuss how you're doing with your resolutions. Now, one more thing that might help you, which I don't really hear talked about often, is waking up early. Waking up early gives you more time in the day to start off, but it also gives you like a sense of initiative to do all the tasks you have before you. And what really helps is making like a mental checklist, because I've actually heard that the motion of doing a check on a checklist gives you some sort of mental pleasure when checking it off. Who knew? Also, it's good to make it a point to put yourself in the successful position to keep your resolutions. Our Lord said, if your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. In a similar fashion, if something, like an alarm clock, gets you to keep your resolutions, then you should certainly keep them in your life and give them a good position in your life. So, put yourself in successful positions to keep your resolutions. And another thing you could do is give yourself something helpful whenever you're doing something hard. Like, if you make it a resolution to work out, maybe have good music while you work out. Or if you're washing the dishes, maybe listen to a podcast. These things, at first, when we're trying to make it a habit to do something hard, you're not always disposed to doing it. But when you have something like music or a podcast to listen to, this can motivate you more to do these things until they become a habit. When they become a habit, they're not as hard. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Praise be the name of God forever.